Hey, it's Martha here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel after a very long time. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. So for today, we are going to discuss one of the hot topics dealing with toxic emotions, and this, in short, jealousy. Before we get into the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. A lot of you that are watching these videos are not subscribed. Please pause, go and subscribe. What are you waiting for? Please do subscribe. So without further ado, please sit back, relax, make yourself a drink so we can have a chat. So like I said, our topic is one of the toxic emotions that we all go through. Unfortunately, we all go through that, and circumstances have put us in a situation where we have felt these emotions. So before I start, I'm going to give the definition because I'm talking about jealousy and envious. Envy is a painful feeling of wanting what somebody's got, whereas jealousy is resentment of someone's success, achievement, or advantage. Jealousy is also described as the feeling of threatened or fearful of losing someone or a position or a situation. Like I said, unfortunately, we have all been in these situations. We go through them on daily basis, at work, in families, with friends, people around us, in marriages. Unfortunately, even partners, as in husband and wife, feel these things for each other. Unfortunately, you would think they're not to happen in a marriage, but they do happen. The sad part of envy is part of you believes that they don't deserve what they have, and unfortunately with jealousy and envious are things that are mentioned in the Bible as sin. It is sin. It doesn't matter how we sugarcoat it, it is a sin because it numbs you, it corrodes you, and it makes you stuck because you don't move on when you're stuck in jealousy. It makes you believe the world owes you, and you believe you are doing that good around. Why is that somebody getting that something? You believe they don't deserve it, you deserve it. Jealousy makes you to look at things more worse than they really are. For example, that somebody who posts pictures of themselves in the gym, that nice body, everything up there, ticking every box when it comes to their nice body. You look at it, you could easily look at it and think, gosh, who does she think she is? She's always showing off about her body, and all she cares about is just showing her body. Whereas you could look at the same person and think, wow, this person motivates me. I really want to be like her. I would like to be in the gym. I would like to do what she does so that I can have a body like her. That is without any jealous. Just make sure you see things. There is more. We tend to take things to be about us. Life is not about us. We take things too personal to a point where we think. I remember somebody saying they came off Facebook because they actually had a name of somebody because so shows too much about their life. When life is getting you to do things like that, if they're not showing off on Facebook, you will see them somewhere, or whether it's the same person or a different person. A different person is going to show off at work about their life. What are you going to do? Are you going to quit the job because so shows off about their life? We need to teach ourselves to deal with the emotions. Literally, like I said, everyone, even the pastors, unfortunately, even the pastors, we have come across pastors that will say ill things about the other person, and you can actually tell that from their voice and the way they're talking about that person, there is something that they feel threatened about that person, and they're jealous. And instead of dealing with it, there's secret to dealing with jealous, because we all go through it. The secret to dealing with jealous, disclaimer, I'm not saying I don't go through those feelings. I know to talk about it because I do go through them. And I am still going through, God is still dealing with me with things that help for me to deal with these feelings. And unfortunately, we all go through it. Like I said, we all go through it. There is not a person who can say, hand on heart, I don't feel jealous. I never feel jealous. I've seen somebody that you question whether they ever feel jealous about people or not, because they're just happy for people. If they do mask, they mask it really well. If we convince ourselves that we are supposed to be way better than that next person, or I'm supposed to have it better than that next person, we are not going to move on in life, because that will bring comparison. This is where you're going to start comparing. Have I got a better this? Have I got a better that than the other person? Unfortunately, there's always going to be somebody who is got it better than you. Unfortunately, there's always going to be somebody who is got a better husband. And this is one of the things that when you compare, the problem is you're going to look at somebody and think they've got it better. You haven't got any idea of their downfall. Just because they don't, some people carry it very well. Somebody said, just because I carry it very well, it doesn't mean it's not heavy. So you look at somebody and you think, oh my goodness, she's got a good husband, she's got good job, she's got good, she's rich, she's good. And you'll be shocked if you were to sit down with that person and hear the other side. But just because they carried well, sometimes it's finding out how to carry it well. The things that cause jealousy, if anything, the thing that comes on top, insecurity. It doesn't matter how well you feel you've got it, but if you're insecure and you don't know the standing of the other person, you are going to feel jealous, thinking they've got it better than you. This comes from unhealthy beliefs about ourselves. When you think less of yourself, you look at somebody, you think, she looks more pretty than me. She has got a lovely body than me. She has got a better job than me. You continue to compare. You end up feeling that you've got less than the other person. Whereas in fact, this is why you see even people who you believe, I mean, the whole world looks at them and thinks they are supposed to have it all. And you find them, when you sit down with them and you hear their side of the story, and you'll be shocked. They don't feel what you see. Unhealthy beliefs about others. When you look at others and you think, yeah, I don't measure up, you're not gonna work hard or do well in life, because you're thinking, what's the point? They have got it well. They've got it well in life. Or there's this saying, they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. There's nothing like that. I know we believe that, but there's nothing like that. God loves us all the same, which means we all have got different paths to take, but God has got something for everybody. So, I will tell you a few of my secrets on how to deal with when you feel like, when you're starting to feel jealous about somebody, about someone, about something. Like I keep repeating, we all feel like this. Literally, you see families, sisters, cousins, nieces, nephews, and everybody doing. I mean, when we go back in Africa, you actually find people having ending relations because they feel threatened about somebody. It's sad. It's sad. Where is the fear of God? Because if you believe, you know, the Bible says, if God be for us, who can be against us? I know, easier said than done, because I'm making it sound like, yeah, just when you feel jealous, just pray and then you'll be fine. Unfortunately, even so in the Bible, he felt jealous of David. When you think of it, you would think you feel jealous of somebody who is on top of you rather than somebody who is below you. Saul felt jealousy of David when he was a little boy and he was already a king and he felt threatened by him. So there are few things that, this is talking from experience, that I find it helps me. And like I said, I repeat, I'm not claiming to say I don't feel jealous or I'm good with jealous. It doesn't bother me. Every now and then I feel it. You look at somebody and you think, oh my goodness, yeah, they've got it good. I would have loved to have what they have or to be where they are. But every now and then I remind myself, and there are things that I do and I find they help. So when I say these things, please, can I encourage you? Try them. If you do find yourself in a position where you're looking at somebody and everything about you looks really small, it's not that small actually. One of the things that happen in life is when you are feeling jealousy of someone, of something, or of someone's, the devil, you create a ground where the devil is going to make it look extra better for them. And then you look at yourself and everything about you looks extra small or way worse than it really is. Because just the devil is, you're literally just giving the devil the ground to literally play with your mind, and that's what happens. Countries, wars, things have gotten into bad situations because of looking at something and the ego is just making it look extra big or extra better than yours, and then yours is looking extra small or way worse than it really is. My top way of dealing with jealous, when I feel like things are getting on top of me to a point where I feel like, I practice gratitude. Don't get me wrong. I'm not claiming to be the most gratitude person on earth. That's so wrong. The truth is, when you practice gratitude, it makes you see what's around you as really important. This does not mean you are forever grateful in life, although it should, but it does not feel like that all the time. There are times where you feel down, surrounded by, you know how, this is how we've seen celebrities, the rich, the people, I mean, people who we look at and we think they've got it all, and you hear they've committed suicide. I mean, it's not like you, because you would think, after they had everything, why? And then we justify it because we say, and I'm not doing anything like that, but I've got nothing, I've got no food on my table, and I've got no this. And we look at ourselves and we think, oh yeah, so they were not gratitude, that's why they were not grateful. That's why they've ended up doing that, and I am grateful, or I should be like them. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that. But Remember, there was a topic that I talked about. I can't remember how long ago it was. The topic about, somebody on a wheelchair admires somebody on a bike, somebody on a bike admires somebody in the car, somebody in the car is admiring somebody on the plane, somebody on the plane. It just goes on. There will always be somebody better. However, always remind yourself you are way, way better off than a lot of people that you don't know. The fact that you've got food on your table, there's another person that doesn't have that. They don't even know what they're going to eat tomorrow, let alone today. They don't know where their food is coming from. They don't know what they're going to wear because they don't have the clothes. They don't have school fees for children. They can't send kids to school because they don't have that. Just because there are people way worse off doesn't mean it makes your situation lighter. No, it does not. I understand and I know that. I should know that. But remind yourself that you are blessed. You might not see it. Believe you me, it should not take somebody to sit you down and show you the blessings they see on you. Look around yourself. The fact that you've got roof over your head, I know I keep going back to that. There is a lot of things in life that we need to be grateful for. And the more grateful we are, the bigger those blessings get. We'll start to see them more as blessings. If you sit down and you look at somebody and you think, they've got a better car and I've got a banger, like the British way of saying it, and I'm driving a banger. If that's all you're going to look at, your eyes are going to magnify your bang and it's just going to look worse than it really is. It's literally going to look way worse than it really is. The same way you're going to look at that somebody's car and that car is going to look like a $1 billion car just because you're wishing for it and you haven't got it. Nothing wrong in wishing for something better. Just because we're supposed to be satisfied with what we have got, it does not mean we stop to wish for more, to keep evolving, to keep getting better, to better ourselves. No, it doesn't mean that. But realizing what you've got around you and thanking God for it. Really, if you continue, I'm talking, I don't know how to put it out there, but if you practice gratitude, you will be surprised how well you feel about everything about you. Thank God for everything that you think you've got around you. There's somebody who could kill to have what you've got. Yet you will think what? Believe you me, you probably have got children and somebody could kill just to be called a mom, just to have children. If you know that having those children are a blessing, you will remember to thank God. If some of you are married and there's somebody out there who could kill to be married, I know there's another person out there who wants to go out or who wants to get out of a marriage because they believe it's the worst thing that happened to them. Unfortunately, that's part of life. But for you, if you are in a marriage and you're happy, some of the things that stand in the way of our happiness is comparison. That's my second topic. Comparison. Unfortunately, this is one of the worst things. It has destroyed marriages. It has destroyed people's ego. It destroyed churches. It has destroyed a lot of things because of comparison. If you're going to sit there and compare, so and so's husband is better, so and so's wife is better, she dresses better, he dresses better, he He opens the door for her. Mine doesn't open the door for me, and that one's husband opens the door for her, and you're thinking that it means that one is better than yours. Believe you me, like we say, you don't know the whole truth. And to add on to that, let's refrain from judging people when we don't know the truth. When you see somebody showing off, you have got no idea how thorny their path has been for them to be where they are. You just see the achievement and you just think, oh, they're just showing off. Who do they think they are? You have got no idea what a success it is for them to be where they are. So let's learn to just be happy for people because we don't know the truth. Just because somebody opens the door for her, you have got no idea. There's this story that somebody messed up their marriage because they kept seeing so and so's husband opening the door for their wife. And they said to their husband, "You're not opening." And when they heard the whole truth, the door could only open from outside and not from inside. But you didn't know the truth. All you were seeing is he opens the door for her. So I'm not saying men don't open doors for their women. They do. But we should never compare ourselves to another person. We don't know their whole truth, their whole story. You don't know. And you know what? I would rather not know, but I would rather be happy with my own life. What brought this topic into a discussion today, I was having a conversation with somebody a few weeks ago, and they were saying they don't admire people who get married. They're not married themselves, and they said they don't admire people who get married because people in marriages are lying to themselves, or they're lying to each other, or they're lying to the world. People want to look like they're happy in a marriage when they're not, and they just abuse each other. People are being abused in marriage and pretend like they're happy. Unfortunately, jealousy can make you look at things like that. Just because, for example, just because your marriage is not happy, it does not mean there are no people who are happy in marriages out there. There are people who are genuinely happy in their marriages, genuinely happy with their surrounding, to a point where you look at them, you think, like people say, oh yeah, because they're posting it on Facebook, they're posting fake things and all that. If other people are posting fake things, it does not mean there are no genuine things. The same way, just because there's fake money, there's fake money because there's real money. So there is people who are genuinely happy, and we need to tell ourselves and accept these things. One of the things that I was going to say, it brings to my third topic, is accepting the truth. When you accept the truth, for example, if I'm short, I cannot do anything about being short. Let me accept I'm short and find ways of making my shortness work for me. I've got a friend, she normally jokes and she says, I'm vertically challenged. And what does she do? She wears her high heels really good. It makes her a little bit taller and it makes her look good. And she knows how to walk in the highest heel you can think of really good. And you know what? She's accepted it. What good would it do her feeling jealous for somebody who is tall just because she's short? She would never do anything about her height. That's how God created her like that. And she's accepted it and she embraces it. If you embrace the truth about the things that you cannot change, it helps you to move on and do better in life. Because there's some things that we're feeling jealous for, and there are things that we can't change. Just because somebody's taller than me and I'm shorter, it doesn't make them any better than me, because there are times, you know, there was this person that I was having a conversation, and they said they were really skinny when they were in high school, and they were bullied for it because everybody used to make, she said no day would pass where people would not make a comment about her being slim. And then we were having this conversation, and then there was this girl, she says, I used to be very fat when I was in high school, and people would make jokes about my weight so much. So she says, I would look at people who you're calling skinny. I would look at people slim like you and wish I was like you. And this one says, I would look at people who are fat and wish I was fat. So we never know the truth. And the things that we can't change, fine, there's some things that you can change. But those that you can't change, accept them and work with them. And you'll be surprised what a positive can come out of it. There's always something. God, you know what? God is not an author of confusion. When he gives you something, he's got ways of making those things work. There are things, fine, somebody will say, no, you don't know. What if I've got this? Some people have got conditions that you can't do anything about. You know what? The very same people, I don't know, I can't remember his name. There's this guy who has got no limbs, they're not full. The guy is doing a lot in life the way he is. He would love to have all the limbs and all that, but he doesn't have them. But he does not let that define his life. I can't remember his name. If only I could remember, I will look for it. But he's doing really well, and he's a life coach, or he's a motivational, yeah, he is a motivational speaker. And when he speaks, he leaves you speechless. He makes you look at yourself and think. And so learn to embrace your shortfalls. Make a change in life. This is another one. Because sometimes we might look at somebody and think they're doing well at work. They're getting promoted at work. And I've been in the same position years and years. Look at what is it that they're doing that is getting them promoted. Some people are go-getters. And instead of feeling jealous of their achievement, sit down with them. Find out how they do. You know what? Swallow your pride. Sit down with them and hear how I remember, disclaimer, I remember somebody who came to me and said, you know what? I think I look at you and I admire your marriage. I would like you to sit me down and just teach me what is it that you do well that makes your marriage work. It takes a lot for somebody to say that. You can easily feel proud, but I was touched, because for somebody to be able to say things like that, it takes swallowing of your pride, and that helps. I sat down with them and we talked and everything. But what I'm trying to say is, somebody is doing very well at work, and we're wishing, or I'm wishing I was like them. The best way, sit down with them and find out what is how they're doing it, and you'll be surprised when they tell you, and it helps, and you move on and you do the same thing. Because one of the things that I've discovered about life, this is my own discovery. You might be a lazy person, but you want the results that that person has got. You want to stay at home and not go to work, and then you look at somebody who is going to work day in, day out, and they're doing well, and you look at them and you feel like, why? The truth is, you want to be like them. You want to do well in life. Just work hard. Wake up in the morning, look for a job, go to work, and see what happens. But the problem is, if I'm just going to look at somebody who wakes up every morning and go to work, and I feel resentment because they're doing well, it's just going to make me worse and worse. I look at them, I just see, literally, I'll look at them and just see all the bad things about them when I'm supposed to see, when I'm supposed to be motivated by them. So when I talk about make small changes in life, is think of a situation, anything that has made, we all have, if we are honest with ourselves, we've all had that somebody, that something, that couple, that church, that anything that has made us look and think, I wish I had that. Nothing wrong with that. But if I'm going to wish for that and get an ill feeling of why they've got it, why them and not me, that's going to stop me from doing better in life, because that ends up turning into hatred. Because instead of being happy for somebody, I'll give an example. You see that somebody who is, we all have got that somebody that they are always on holiday, they drive a better car, they have got a good job, they have got a beautiful family, they have got children that are doing so well in life, they have got everything that you wish you had. And you look at them, and instead of working hard towards what it is that they're doing, it does not guarantee in life that you are going to have exactly that list that I've put. You're going to have exactly everything. It doesn't work like that. This is why I've said, accept the things that you can't change. There are some things that we can't change in life. Once we accept them and we work towards in bettering ourselves, so make sure you're in a competition with yourself and not the next person next to you, yourself. I remember there was a couple that I know, they were in a competition with each other. As in, one gets promoted at work and this one is, they were not happy. And you think, if he gets a promotion at work, who is going to enjoy the benefits? Me. So if I'm going to have the attitude of they shouldn't do well, like for my own husband, if I'm jealous for my own husband, I'm jealous of my own self. So when I say be in a competition with yourself, I mean yourself as in yourself, making the best version of yourself. There's a topic that I discussed a few months ago about creating the best version of yourself, which means be in a competition to make the better you tomorrow than you were today, the better you tomorrow than you were yesterday, rather than being in a competition with the next person. It really does not take anywhere. I remember somebody say, oh no, a healthy jealous is good. I don't know, my understanding, jealousy is wrong, period. I know God says he's a jealous God, but what he means is he would rather have us to himself rather than sharing us with the devil. He would not want the devil to have, or he does not want us to worship anything else except him. That's where his jealous comes from. But if we are going to be jealous of somebody, it always creates resentment. Instead of jealous, instead of being envious, let's put the word admire. We all have got those people that we admire, we look up to, because they have achieved things that we would want to achieve. If you admire that person, work towards that and make it be the drive that makes you want to do better in life, rather than feeling resentment because they are doing well. Unfortunately, it's part of life, and we've all been through that, and there's a possibility we are still going through that. But believe you me, practice these things. So the Christian in me is going to advise you to praise and worship. Easier said than done when you're hurting, easier said than done when you think somebody, because jealousy will make you feel like God is not fair. Because you're going to look at somebody and think, why them, why not me? Because you feel like you are the one who's supposed to be in their shoes and not them. If you start feeling like that, if you feel like that, do not entertain that, because the problem, once you start entertaining that, it's going to build up, and it ends up to be something really bad, because you're going to end up hating that person. You're going to end up, if you're not going to do something bad out of it, you might even get depressed yourself, and you end up getting depression. In most cases, people have ended up being depressed because they've looked at somebody and think they've got it better than them. Unfortunately, they might have it better than you, but there is something that is way better in you that that person looks at and they admire, and you'll be surprised and you will never know. But if you admire and work hard towards the person that you admire, you will be surprised. So yeah, I said the Christian in me will give you advice on worship. Believe you me, if you find yourself feeling jealous, feeling envious, and wishing you had something, praise and worship. Oh my goodness. Praise and worship. Oh my goodness. I cannot emphasize this enough. Pray. Because there's only two things that you can do out of if you're feeling jealous. There are two things that can come out of it. Resentment. You're going to entertain and you're going to have a pity party, self-pity. You're throwing yourself this party where you're literally just, why me? Why? Yeah, I've been so unfortunate in life and all that. And boy, you are going to magnify those things, and it's just going to make you worse and worse. Whereas if you praise, do your worship. Look around you. Praise God for what you have around you and see what God does. Talking from experience, been there, done that. When it's getting hard, praise and worship even more. If it says being in the car, you do your praise and worship. Be it in your house, you put your music loudly, you do your praise and worship, and see what God does. Because if you spend more time in just magnifying what the other person is got, rather than what you have got, like I said, only two things can come out of a good thing if you do your praise and worship, or the worst thing if you're going to just magnify and throw yourself a pity party. So I hope I've helped somebody, but if not, please find a way. Face whatever it is that is bothering you. Face whatever is causing. And there's always a root cause of these feelings. Root cause. You've grown up being praised all the time. You've grown up being the center of attention. You've grown up being the one who has it all the time. So when you see somebody having it better than you, instead of praising them, instead of seeing the good in it, you see it as a negative thing. It's not a negative thing. So, like I said, and be happy for one another. This is another thing. Learn to be genuinely happy for things when they're going well in someone's life, someone's achievements. Be genuinely happy for them. You know, at the beginning, it's not easy. It's not easy. You've got no food on your table, and that person has got loads of food, and they're throwing some leftover food in the bin, and you want to be happy for them. And Yeah, it looks easy. It sounds really difficult because it is. At the beginning, it's not easy, but practice it. Do it constantly all the time, even when it hurts, telling it to God. Do it constantly. Be genuinely happy for them, genuinely happy that they've got something that you would love to have. Be genuinely happy and see what God does. This is talking from experience. Be genuinely happy for that person. Be genuinely happy for that couple and see what God is going to do for you. I'm challenging you today. If there is somebody, if there is a certain somebody that you look at and you think, if only I had what they have, why do they have it? Instead of entertaining that, be genuinely happy for them. Practice gratitude. Accept the things that you cannot change in life and see what God is going to do. I am really, really sure I can give you my word. Try it. Do it genuinely from the bottom of your heart. Try it and see if God is not going to do it for you. He might not do the exact thing, but see what God is going to do for you. So, to end this topic, whenever you see someone's achievement, someone's success, someone's advantage, somebody doing well in life, two things, like I said, two things can come out of it: insecurity or inspirational. Make that inspire you rather than magnify your insecurities. We all do have some insecurities of which we think, what am I going to do about it? If there isn't anything that you can do about it, accept them and make the best thing come out of it. If it's something that you can do about, if it's about weight you can do something about. Easier said than done, I know, but there is something that you can do about it. And move on and see the best that comes out of it. But rather than let the insecurities of it magnify and get you depressed, what would you rather? You come out depressed or you come out inspired? So we have come to the end of the video. Please, once again, I repeat, like, comment, share, and subscribe. There's lots of you that have not subscribed. Please do subscribe and please comment. I know when I share it on Facebook, I find people commenting on Facebook. I want you to comment on the video on YouTube. Please, please, I'm asking you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you have got any suggestions that you would like me to discuss in the next video, put them in the comment. I would like to discuss them. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.